If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, joining me right now, one of the big stars of UFC 234 over the weekend, and dare I say, a hero amongst the MMA betting and daily fantasy sports community, because he delivered in a big way with a big-time first-round TKO finish of Maestro Dong Hyun Ma. Devonte Smith is here. Devonte, how are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You're back in the U.S. now, and I know towards the end of your trip, on the last day, you took to social media, hoping to find some locals to give you some advice on where to go, what to check out on the final minutes of your trip. Did you get any good advice? What did you end up doing?
Truthfully, I don't. It was so many comments. I went to the mall, and I guess the Killed It Mall. One lightweight. Look at my thing. I forgot what the mall was named, but it was the biggest mall in the Southern Hemisphere, and we just went there for a bit. Chilled. It was super expensive, but they had some cheesecake at the Court Factory that was like delicious. They had KFC right next to Korean fried chicken, so it was KFC right next to KFC. I went there just to do it, and then from there we went to the. I think this was the Kill the Beach. I seen a jellyfish, dead jellyfish, but a jellyfish at that. For the first time in my life in person, I seen some penguins. Water crashed onto me, so I felt dirty and smelled like fish for the rest of the day. So it was cool. I enjoyed myself.
So you did a little bit of everything in Australia, didn't you?
Yeah.
Looking back at your 2018 heading into this fight, like, this must be like a whirlwind for you. I mean, you have the quick KO in March, you get a shot on the Contender Series, you win that one quick. 3 months later, you're in the UFC, you make your debut, you make that one quick. And then this performance on Saturday, like, what in 11 months has it been for you? What a year it has been for you. Like, is this what you expected to happen, or does this feel like it happened quicker than you thought it would? Like, is this a whirlwind for you?
Yeah, no. It's more so not on the I didn't think it's gonna happen this quick. Like, I just, whether it was quick or slow, I knew this day it was going to come. Because I just worked too hard, and I constantly see the growth in my skill set, the growth in my team, like just the growth in me, and I just do what I do best, and that's win. And being around such positive people, but also hard workers, is just the environment that I wanted. So I feel very blessed, and I'm happy it's happening this way. We're just to the next one.
From this time last year to this year, I would talk to fighters who were on these numbered pay-per-view cards about not being on the main card, and a lot of them were bummed out by it with like the FS1 and the FS2 deal, and some sort of understood the value of being on the prelims. Now, like, especially the one you were on, the prelims are on ESPN, the mecca for sports. Like, you were the featured bout. You had a lot of eyes on you. So how big was it for you, especially with that performance? How big was it for you to be in the spot you were on as opposed to being on the pay-per-view?
Dominic Cruz, in a sense, like, told me that, they like you, man. They really want to, showcase your skill. You're like about to be on the second ESPN, and you'll be the first one that main evented, and it's Australia. They really love their sports, and I didn't really care. Like, when people asked that, what did it mean to me? I was like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't really mean a lot to me. Like, only thing I was like, okay, cool. More people get to see me. That's all I thought. I didn't think of no good, no bad. It was just another day, and when I fought, that's how I felt. And I think when you think so deep into it, it just puts unnecessary pressure on yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think too deep in things like that. I'm happy. I'm blessed. And right now we're still working on getting my IG back up. Yeah.
That fight's unfolding. It didn't last very long, but you seem very patient early on. And to me, and this is how I think, I'm watching this all unfold, and I'm like, man, he knows that this opening is going to happen. Like, he knows it's there, and then bam, you heard him, and that was it. Like, is that how you felt in there? Like, I know it was like another fight for you, but is that how you felt? Like, you knew the opening was there. It was just almost like a battle within yourself to stay calm and just wait for it to happen?
You know what? Yes. I would just agree with you because I was working on, setting traps, and I was looking for things, watching for stuff, and he wouldn't give them to me. But I knew he wouldn't give it to me because it's like he was so much on the defense. So I knew I had to just be patient and draw him out, instead of me just standing there, just moving around and letting him get that confidence to, try to throw something, like draw it out of him. And it was truthfully the check, because I rewatched it because I actually don't remember, anything happening other than I felt some pain on my shin, and I remember hitting, and I seen wobble legs. And when I watched the video, it was the check. That check gave me that split second, that timing that I needed, that he would stop moving because his feet planted, and I just moved in. And I guess when I seen him wobble, and I thought about this, like I was like, he's the type of dude that gets rocked and wants to grab you, so stay at a good distance, and just keep working on him. And I threw the uppercut because I thought I seen an opening, but I didn't. But it made his hands go all the way up, and I came over with the left, and I just stayed patient until I seen his whole body go limp, and that's when I knew I was ready to go home.
I'm definitely not a fighter at all, and I'm watching this fight from an analytical perspective. You drop him, you're throwing those bombs, he's on his stomach, and watching in real time, it looked like it was close to you hitting him in the back of the head. Now, obviously, watching the replay, all clean, but that's how quick things can happen in there, right? Like, were you cognizant of that as that moment was happening? I know it's a fight and, like, adrenaline's pumping, but are you thinking about, like, not hitting him in the back of the head? Are you focused on that, or are you just, like, throwing bombs?
Yeah, no, I'm focused on where I'm placing my hits at. I remember when I was in the back room and Herb Dean and everybody was explaining about the part of the ear, or like right here by the ear, and this is legal. Once I seen him limp, that's all I was aiming for. And I seen Herb Dean running around, but I had to keep going because I had to make sure like it was like over, so nobody could be like, oh, he was going to get up. Nah, I fight to finish. Well, I fight to win. But when it's time to go home, it's time to go home.
You didn't want that Dillashaw Cejudo finish. You wanted to make sure it was crystal clear, no, nothing crazy. You just wanted it to be done, and no debate whatsoever.
Yeah. You can say that. That's still a controversial, but then it's not. It's like you don't even get to that, man. We'll get to
that. So the fight ends. You get the win. You have a name in mind. You called out for Francisco Trinaldo. I like the call out. He's had a couple of fights fall out recently, and UFC 236 is in Brazil in May, so that kind of makes a lot of sense. What say you? You up for taking another trip to Brazil? You want to maybe smell the roses for a little bit?
When I say smell the roses for a little bit, I mean like smell the states a little bit, because them flights to Australia, oh my gosh, that was my first like out of state flight. Man, I didn't know, like my coach warned me that you swell up, but I didn't know like it was actually painful, that you swell up, and oh my gosh, and then you're just in the air for so long. I just wanted to get down. So, I'm gonna just chill in the States for a bit. So get some more fights out here, and then go to Brazil out of state again another day. Cause I'm cool. I'm cool.
When are you looking to get back in there? Obviously, the trip to Brazil is not ideal. If you could do it in like April, are you looking that soon, or are you looking maybe like June, July, summertime? When are you thinking about getting back in there?
I don't know. It's whatever. It's smart moves always. Whenever I feel like it's the right time. See, this time I was in there for 4 minutes, and I felt great, and I know I could do better. And it's like I don't think I did anything wrong in this fight. I just know I could do better, and like I'm happy with what I got, but I just know just things that I still need to work on, that I'm going to work on. So I like fighting every 2-3 months, truthfully. If not, if it's a smart move, taking it sooner, then I'll take it. But if not, I'm humble enough to take my time because I'm patient. Like I'm not too patient, but I'm not gonna wait that. I'm not gonna wait that long.
You know, you're the new face of one of the new faces of this division now, and it's no secret that 155, at least in my opinion, is the deepest division in the sport right now. Especially like up the top, all the confusion, you know, with Khabib and Ferguson, Dustin Poirier. You know, always the McGregor factor looming, and that can change everything up. You know, is your sense that this is like a great time to be in this division to make an impact? Like, let the craziness at the top kind of figure itself out. Let the new blood rise up, you know?
Didn't even think about it like that. And listening to you say it, that sounds great. To the truth. I wasn't even like, I don't focus on anybody but me, you know, and I mean that in the most humblest but also selfish way, you know. I'm gonna just keep doing what I do, and that's win. I know I'm going to get to where I want to get. Right now, I'm in the process of just constantly working on myself, and still finding myself, you know, in the fighting career, and just keep doing me, you know, because I will get the belt, and I will bring it back to Cleveland, Ohio, and Denver, you know, since that's the second home. But you know, I work hard for this, and this is what I really want.
I actually, just before I got you on, was talking to your fellow teammate Ian Heinisch, talking about Factory X and Mark Montoya and all the crazy stuff you guys have been doing over the last year. You know, what does that feel like to be a part of this team, knowing that, you know, after all this time, you know, you guys are starting to get the credit that you deserve? Like, you're not just like a come up gym. You're like at the top of the food chain right now. You're in the top 3, 4, or 5 when people are talking about the best gyms in the country, even the world right now. What is that like to be there?
It's a great feeling, because it's like, I don't know, because it's like my former gym. It's like I used to look at like Alpha Male, the Black Zillions, and all those other like top gyms. Like, man, I wonder like how that feels to be like, to be pushed like that and to get better, and you watch how they perform, and it's like, wow, these guys are really good, and to be actually a part of one of those gyms, it's like it's a really great feeling. Like, every day something clicks. You know, like, I'll have a complication with a certain move or something. It's just not working for me. I'm not understanding it, you know. But maybe the next day or the day after that, it just clicks what I'm doing wrong. And, you know, it's because I drown myself in this. It's just like, I don't really do nothing else but train. And, you know, YouTube videos and, you know, just anime, you know, as the rest time, and just looking up weird stuff about, you know, diet and, you know, just being healthy and, you know, staying like in a really positive mindset. You know, I feel at peace, and I do nothing but train.
If it's not Trinaldo, is there anyone else that sticks out to you that makes sense? Or at the end of the day, you know, it's about getting you in there, keep you active, keep you in people's minds, create highlight reels, keep your name in people's memories. Like, does it matter, or is it all about trajectory and moving on up right now?
For me, it's all about trajectory and moving up. You know, I'm not really into like all those crazy brawls and, you know, I live to fight, I fight to live. Like, I'm cool on all that. So, you know, if you saying I just gotta beat this guy, and instead of and get this shot, and this shot, rather than fighting these 10 dudes to get one of those shots, is always smart moves. And, you know, I'm just enjoying the ride and, you know, learning as I go.
And what a ride it has been. You have been on a tear. What a year it has been for you, Devonte Smith. And I don't think I'm alone in saying that we're excited to see you back in there whenever that happens. But before we get out of here and let you go, let the folks know where to find and follow you on the web, social media. I know that's exploded since Saturday night. Anything else you want to get off your chest, please take the floor.
Okay, so my Instagram and Twitter are the same thing. Is K_O_E_KINGKAGE. Right now it's shut down. It's disabled, and we're working on getting that. So just follow me on Twitter at the moment, and thank you for the love and support. Like, especially the love. There's like everything. So I appreciate it all, and thank you for having me on, bro.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, Devonte. Thank you for the time.
See you.
Enjoy the U.S., man.
I am. All right, bro.
All right, man, take care.